deLaBruere Virtual Family Reunion. Even though COVID-19 prevented us from coming together for our annual family reunion, which typically brings close to 200 of us together during the last week of July, the deLaBruere family will be coming together for a year-long virtual family reunion. Every month, we will hold a virtual meeting using Zoom and will feature the family of one of Hector and Florentine deLaBruere's 12 children. This month's featured family will be the family of their oldest son, Roland deLaBruere. We hope you enjoy getting to know Roland's family a little better through this first episode of the deLaBruere Virtual Family Reunion.
Marie, one of the things I just wanted to we're going to start with is I know we have all our names on our things and everybody knows everybody, but let's just say where we are talking from, where maybe we don't all know where each of us is at this time. And so I'm Lucille, and I'm the MC, and everybody knows that I'm Gerard's daughter, and that I'm in Morgan, Vermont. Everybody know where Morgan, Vermont is?
Somewhere up in the boonies.
Yeah. Somewhere. Yeah. Very funny. Marie Ruthier, do you know where Morgan, Vermont is?
I do.
Okay, you're a good Vermonter. Oh, there's somebody else.
Joanne. Hi, Joanne.
Yay.
Just got back from kayaking.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
I'm going to share my beautiful tree out back. See that?
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
That's right. I don't know if Linda's on. Lucy.
Okay, so Diane, do you want to tell us where you're talking from?
Beautiful Island Pond with all the brilliant colors. It's in the peak season right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very lovely.
Yep.
And Danny?
Yeah, I'm in my house.
Which is?
North Troy, Vermont.
North Troy, Vermont. And Fred is with Diane, I think.
Right. Beautiful downtown Island Pond.
Okay.
Country.
And Marie deLaBruere?
Colchester.
Colchester, Vermont. You're not far from Lucy.
No.
Neighbors are.
And Marie Ruthier?
I'm in Essex, Vermont.
Essex, okay. I didn't know where you lived.
Mm-hmm.
Essex, okay. And there's Patty.
I'm Patty, and I'm in South Burlington.
Okay. Arlene?
I'm in Derby Line.
Derby Line, Vermont. And Joanne?
Me?
Where are you from?
Huntington. On the old country road.
Country.
The best view of Camel's Hump.
Wow.
Oh.
And that's where you live? You're from your house?
Yep.
Wow, nice.
So are you in Huntington or are you in Richmond? You're in Huntington?
Huntington. Yeah.
Huntington.
Yeah. A little
busy
bit past it.
place up there.
Yep. Go ahead.
What, Danny?
I said Huntington's a busy place this time of the year with all the hikers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So, as you know, our host family for September is Roland's family, Uncle Roland's and Aunt Cecile's family. And so I'm going to be asking, or I'm going to ask Diane to be, Diane has offered to be our spokesperson to tell us about what's happening in her family, and information about her family, whatever she wants to share. Since Ruthier is part of that family, she may have something she wants to add. So that's okay. But right now, we're just going to kind of focus on Diane. And so Marie is going to pin her so that Diane is the only one we're going to see as in the big picture.
Does that work for you?
Yeah. I don't know why she's not clear, and it says on my top of my thing that her bandwidth is low. What does that mean?
Well, we can still see her. It's fine.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
There's nothing we can do about that.
All right. Good. So Diane, thank you, first of all, for offering to be our guinea pigs, the first family to do this. And you have a very big family, and so it can be a bit overwhelming to even try and keep up with everybody. But whatever you would like to share, I don't know if you have some kind of format of how you want to share about your family. If you want to start with your children first, you and your children, your husband, you and whatever, and then expand to your brothers and sisters and their children and that kind of thing. Does that work for you?
Yeah. Well, I have 3 children, adult. My son is Walt, and his wife is Vicky, and they have 3 children. And I have 8 grandchildren from these 3 children, and I have 4 great grandchildren.
From them?
Yeah.
Diane, we can't see your face anymore. There we go. Okay.
So the youngest is of the great grandchildren was born in January, so from January to September is 10 months, so 10 months old, and then the other one is going to be a year old in October, and the other 2, one is 3 years old.
Young, little ones.
Yeah. So then I have a daughter, Christine, and her husband, Dusty, and they have 3 children as well. So a son and 2 daughters. And her daughter is a sophomore in college right now at the University of Bob Jones University in South Carolina. And then she has a son that's working for Fred's Plumbing and Heating. He's the oldest. And then she has a daughter.
Diane, who is she?
Christine, my daughter, Christine.
Okay, so she has the son. I'm a little bit confused.
A son that's working for Fred's Plumbing and Heating.
Austin?
Yeah, Austin. And then she has a daughter that's in second year of college right now in South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina. And her name is Melina. And then she has another daughter that's a junior at the academy there in Bob Jones Academy in high school. So then we have Marie, and Marie can tell you about her children when it comes to her time, but she has a son that's second year college.
Oh my gosh.
And the daughter, she's in freshman in high school. And so those are my 3 children, 8 grandchildren, and 4 greats.
Awesome.
And then I have 12 of us siblings, 11 of us, 12 including me. I guess everybody knows that, right?
So how are your brothers and sisters?
Well, there's 7 of us in our 70s right now.
Wow.
My oldest brother, Robert, he's 79. And he's not doing too well because he's got a disease called Lewy body dementia.
Oh, yeah.
So that's taking a toll on him because he's, it's whatever that disease is, it's making him unstable, to walk. And So he's living here in Island Pond in his gravel pit in the trailer. And his son lives there too with his wife. And his son, Isaiah, runs the gravel pit. So they supply all the towns in the area with gravel
Hmm.
for the winter, sand for the winter.
Mm-hmm.
And he has 28 grandchildren.
Wow.
He had six children.
Mm.
So anyway, and then there's Claude. He's in Newport with his wife, Joanne. And so,
He's the second oldest.
yep, second oldest.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing well. They have a few health issues. He's 78. And then there's Armin. I thought he was going to come on too, but I guess not. He's 77.
Hmm.
He has 2 children, a son and a daughter, and some grandchildren.
And they live in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Mm.
And then there's my brother Richard and his wife Lizette. They had 3 children.
Are they in Island Pond?
They live in Ithaca, New York.
Oh, okay.
And then there's my sister Pauline and her husband, and they had 5 children and many grandchildren and great grandchildren.
They had 5 or 6 children?
6, yeah.
6 children.
Yeah.
And there's only 4 living now?
5. I've been seeing 4 living, yes. Yep, 4.
So she's lost
Oh,
2
wait a
of
minute,
her
did I-
children.
Wait a minute. No, I guess I got that wrong. She had 3 children and then 2 more, so 5. Did I say 6?
Well, that's what you wrote on the paper that you gave me.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Okay,
referring.
yeah, she does have 6. Yeah, she has 6 and she lost a son. And now she just lost another son. You're right. She's lost 2.
And where do they
So
live?
there's 4 left. They live in Massachusetts, Hyannis,
Oh.
Massachusetts.
On the Cape.
Yep, on the Cape.
Mm.
And then there's me, and then it's Claire, and she has 7 children.
She has the biggest family, huh?
Yes, I don't have my paper in front of me, so I'm trying to do this all by my.
You didn't bring your paper, huh? I have your
should've.
paper.
Oh, good.
But yeah, she has 7, and she has
Children.
11 grandchildren.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have as many grandchildren as Robert, but she has more children. A lot of children. And her children live far, don't they?
Yes, they do. In Colorado, New York, Alaska.
Wow. She mustn't see those children very often.
No. She goes and visits them in the summertime, except for this summer. She couldn't go and see them because of the COVID.
It was hard on a lot of families, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the twins, so they're both in Florida.
And what
They
are their
each had
names?
2,
Yvette.
Yvette and Yvonne.
Yvonne. Okay.
Yeah. They each had 2, a son and a daughter.
So we can get started.
And then you have on
It's
the
already
paper there,
1:15, and
Yes,
I'm assuming
they
that
had
most
2.
people are here. Diane,
Five
they said
grandchildren.
that, and they each, Walter this and is Christine interesting, were they gonna each join have us 2 too? children, and they each have 5
Yeah,
grandchildren.
Christine called, she said she would be
Exactly.
able to, and I haven't
They're
heard
trying
from
to keep up with
Walt,
each other,
so-
is that it? Okay, well, we're happy that Marie is here at least. Yes.
Yes,
That,
yeah.
at least you got one representative from
There's
your
one
family.
on the
That's
way
very
that
cool.
will
And Armin
be
hasn't showed up
born in,
yet. I thought he was going to join us, but
November, October or
Mm-hmm.
November,
Yeah.
I so sent him the
one of
last
them's gonna have
message
SITs
Yep.
today, so
Ah,
That's
to remind
Yvonne.
him. And
Yeah.
Yvonne's
so we'll see
son,
how it
haven't heard
goes.
Nathan.
We're a small group,
Then after them
and I
is
was going to have
the
everybody
two
introduce
boys, there's
everybody.
Leonard and
Marie,
his wife, and
do
they
you
had
know
7
everybody
children.
that's on your screen?
Me?
And then
Marie
there's,
Ruthier?
Roland,
Oh.
he had
Yes, I do.
5 children.
You know all of us?
I think so.
You're
I've seen,
good.
I've seen
And
you
there's
all
Catherine,
before.
and she had
Okay.
Hey,
That's
hey,
good.
Danny, can you shift your
five
iPad
children.
a little bit? All
She
I
had
see is your
6,
eyes
but she only has and your 5
and your
living.
forehead and your
Yeah.
a little bit of your nose.
Because
I'd
she
like to see your
lost
smile.
one.
All
No, we don't
right.
want to. We don't
No,
want to
that's a
shirt
little
though.
low.
Was Savannah, was that a crib
Don't
death?
go any lower.
No,
Let me see here.
We just want
How's
to see your
that?
smile.
That's
Yeah.
better.
Much
she
better.
died at a young
Better.
age.
Thank
I
you.
think
Okay.
she
Very
was
good.
born premature.
Yeah, really, you're looking too comfortable.
I'm
She
pretty
didn't live
comfortable
very
here,
long,
yeah.
a year and a half. I
Well, it's
think.
okay if he falls asleep, but we'll wake him up if we have to.
Yeah.
All right.
So
That's always sad.
that's the family.
And that's Catherine. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, that's a lot of people to keep track of. I have, Diane has been amazing in keeping track of all these people in her family, but you don't have your paper in front of you, but you can probably tell us how many grandchildren Uncle Roland had. How many grandchildren?
54.
So Uncle Roland and Aunt Cecile had 54 grandchildren. That's almost as many as Mame and Pepe.
Yeah, they had 57, I believe.
They were trying to catch up, but they didn't quite
Or
make
is it 67?
I thought it was in the
somewhere around
60s, but I don't know if officially.
Yeah.
And how many great-grandchildren did Uncle Roland have? Not Cecile.
What did my paper say? There 135 or 6? 134.
134 great-grandchildren.
Wow.
And they also have great-great-grandchildren. And I have 18.
Wow.
Yeah, 18.
Wow.
So there'll be more than that because some of them had to update and give me another count because it's been 22, a lot of years gone by that I haven't, the latest
updated
ones. I
some,
haven't
but-
got the latest ones. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So another interesting thing Diane was telling me about was how many sets of twins they have in their family. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I believe there are 9 sets of twins in our
Wow.
immediate family. And it started with my twin sisters, Yvette and Yvonne.
Is it true that they skipped a generation?
Because and my siblings had some sets of twins too. Like
Okay, so
Claire
not
had
necessarily.
Claire had a set of boys, and
Okay.
Leonard had a set of girls.
I guess not.
And then it goes to the grandchildren. The grandchildren, a lot of them had sets of twins.
Wow.
Like Roland's daughter Shauna had 2 sets of twins.
Oh my gosh.
2 sets
Yeah.
of twins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does she have other
And-
children besides that?
Yeah. So I believe they got 7 children there.
Wow.
And
So
my brother Robert, 2 of his children had a set of twins. So I guess that's how it goes. And then there's a set of great grandchildren too. That's Pauline
Catherine,
and Pauline's family.
Pauline and Catherine, they both had a set of grandchildren. Yeah.
Twins.
So that's a lot of twins to keep track of. But I imagine having two sets of twins. That's a big. Well, after Suzanne had her set of twins, she says, "We're happy. We don't need any more." They had enough with that. That's a lot of work. Yeah. So, is there anything else you wanted to talk about, Diane, with your family?
Yeah, see, I sent an email to all of them, and, I've got a response from, probably half of them saying that they couldn't do it, and the other half, some of them don't have the means to get online, so.
Okay,
at
so
least there's-
that's something that's we understand that, but they can come on through their phone line and just listen. They won't be able to see anything. So we need to continue to tell people that, so that they can know that there are other ways of communicating without. I mean, it's always nice to see people, because then we have a visual of who we're looking at. Can we go to?
Yeah, I told them about that too, so they still weren't able to do it.
Well, it was still a learning curve. So can we go to Marie Ruthier now and see if she can tell us about her family?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I live in Essex, Vermont, and I have Tyler, who's a sophomore in college, and Haley, that's a freshman. Tyler was at the University of Arizona, and he's transferring to UVM.
Is he?
Yeah. So he's home right now. He's doing classes here at the house.
Is that why he transferred? Because of COVID
No.
or just other reasons? Okay.
He was going to anyway.
Okay.
He really liked U of A. He actually made the soccer team there.
Wow.
But he does want to play club soccer at UVM. But he's doing really well here. He's doing okay with his classes online.
We have some feedback going on here.
Yeah,
I see that.
And then Haley is a freshman at Essex High School. She just made the varsity soccer team. So
Great.
yeah, that was really exciting, because freshmen don't typically make it. She trained really hard this summer, preparing for soccer, whether it happened or not. She was training really hard. So I hope that we can get a couple games in. Yesterday they scrimmaged CVU, and then Tuesday they play a real game against Burlington.
Cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. And Alan's working from home, obviously, for about a year. It's going to be a year.
What does he do?
He works for deLaBruere.com in Burlington.
Dealer.com, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big company.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I work for Dr. Dunkling, Dr. Penny, a dentist in Jericho.
Wow.
And I work in Burlington as well.
What are you doing for the dentist? Are you a hygienist?
Assistant. A dental assistant.
Dental assistant.
It'll be 23 years this year.
Wow. The same dentist?
Nope. This one will be 13 years, and then the last one was, 6 years and 4 years.
Did you find that difficult when to go back to work with the COVID thing?
Not so much, because I feel like we already did a lot of, making sure things were sterilized and keeping things clean. I feel like we already had a sense of like what's clean, what's dirty, germs and all this. And so, it was extra stuff that we had to wear, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's good.
A little hard to breathe, and that took a little while to get used to wearing the N95, and then we have to wear level 3 on top of it, and then we wear a head cap, and then we wear a shield.
Wow.
and then we wear scrubs, and then we wear a gown. So the summer was really hot and really hard to get used to that. So yeah, we needed the AC and some extra fans.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I know what that's like. I wear the N95 in my head cap and for my work with my clinics, and wearing it all day. People complain about wearing just a little, cloth mask and for an hour, and I'm like, yeah, it's nothing like these masks.
Yeah, no, and then we can't wear a level 1 over it. We have to wear a level 3, so that's even harder to breathe out of. But,
Wow.
And do you get breaks to go get some air?
we do, yeah. We get frequent breaks, which is good, and we can take it off downstairs as long as there's nobody there.
I found that the first days I was wearing it, I ended up with headaches and just felt really sick initially. Then I got used to it, but it was terrible.
Yeah, but it's going well. Patients are really happy to come back in and see us, and yeah, it's going well. I like being able to have some kind of normalcy by leaving here and going there.
Yeah, different than being on a computer all day.
I come home and Alan's ready to go. He's like, okay, let's go for a walk. Let's go do this. I'm like, I'm tired.
I've been working.
Well, he's been working too. He's just been in the house all day.
Yeah, he's been working really hard, but he just sits in one place. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's actually been farming. He's been helping Paul deLaBruere a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Paul was retired.
No, he's been doing some tedding for him and brush hogging. Today he did about 6 hours for him, and
On the weekends.
no, sometimes during the week after work. Yeah, he's putting in probably, oh my gosh, 8-10 hours a week for him. I think Paul had some neck surgery, and it was really hard for him on the tractor to just keep turning his neck. So Alan wanted to help him get it done before it rained or it got too cold. So
is Paul not retiring?
So he got rid of his milking cows and he's just doing beef cattle. So
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and then he does all the fields around Essex.
So he's still doing all the haying.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be coming to an end pretty soon.
Yeah, and then his cows will go back to Highgate pretty soon. They go to Highgate for the winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and then he'll just have to feed them, keep them clean and feed them.
Yeah.
The beef cattle. Very good. That's interesting. One of the things that's interesting with you too, Marie, is that you married into the deLaBruere family, and that I find that's fascinating because you're not the first of the Bouchers. Our line is Bouchers to have married into cousins, so that the line kind of comes together in one spot, and that's that Alan is it has the deLaBruere or Boucher influence as well as you. That's pretty cool. Did you feel like you knew everybody in his family already?
Not so much.
Not so much because you were distant cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so many.
There's a lot of cousins. That's cool. So we're going to have to talk Alan into getting his family to Zoom too. His other family. to do his focus family at some point in time, and then you can come back again, and we'll see him and you. It's good.
All right. It was nice seeing all of you. I have to run.
Thank you, Marie, for joining us. Very nice.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Stay well. Oops. Hi. There's a chair. So, yeah, bring us back here. All right. Okay, so at this point, maybe we can all go back to the grid and see everybody. And So anybody at this point? Diane, did you have anything else you wanted to share with us? And or does anyone have any questions for Diane and Fred that they want to ask?
Make sure you unmute yourself if you do. So I muted you, but I can't unmute you.
No? Okay. So at this point, Diane, you didn't talk a lot about yourself and what you and Fred do. And I don't know if you or Fred want to talk about what you how this COVID has affected you, or what you do in your life these days as a retired. You're both retired.
I had a question, but I couldn't figure out how to mute myself.
Okay, good. Go ahead,
I
Joanne.
finally did. Who is Zamira? Is Zamira, she's one of the twins, right?
Yeah.
Zamira? Or
Yeah, she's
something.
one of the twins.
Okay.
She's one of the twins.
Yeah.
You know her?
Well, I just seen her on Facebook and we're friends, and I've seen some posts. And I was just curious whose twins she was.
Yeah, Leonard. She's Leonard's daughter.
Okay. Because I think she's a nurse or a nurse.
Yeah,
Lives
she's in the nursing field.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen a couple posts on hers. And my other question is, how is it like, more like to Rolands, like how is it like you guys growing up together? Did you all how many kids were all in the house at the same time? You know, how was that such a big family, or did everybody just kind of come and go and people went to live with other people, or?
Well, I know it was one big family that used to, we did a lot of work. My dad kept us busy with the farming and helping mom out with all the chores inside of the house, laundry and garden. And when we weren't working, helping mom out, dad wanted us girls to help with the haying. So we had a lot of jobs to do. It's like no end to the work on the farm, right?
No.
So
but when you were there, like a lot of bedrooms, I know like my mom had, I think there were like 4 girls or 5 girls that stayed in the same bedroom, but with so many kids, I'm just curious how many bedrooms were in that house. Would you guys all kind of squish in together? And
yeah, we had one big long table. We all sat to eat, and we had to, make sure there was enough food for everybody to go around at the table. So my dad would say, okay, make sure you leave enough for your sister or brother here that's going around. Don't take too much. And I remember the nights when we used to have just bread and milk for supper, put a little fruit on it. So
wow.
it was tough.
Yeah.
But it made us appreciate, hard work.
Yeah.
Each other.
So Diane, were you all living together at the same time, all 12 of you all at the same time?
No, because the older ones were getting married and off they went. So
what's the span between the oldest and the youngest?
25 years difference.
25 years difference.
25.
Yeah. See, the youngest is 55 right now, and the oldest is 79. How many years is that?
Yeah.
25. 6 years. So, I mean, we were 7 of us, like right now in our 70s, and there's 4 in their 60s and 1 in the 50s. So when the older ones were gone, we took over to be the older ones to help out.
Did your mom just kick you out of the house, just like Amanda deLaBruere, and you know, you only allowed in to eat because she's running a small restaurant?
No, she didn't. Well, she had to lock the doors of the food pantry because the guys used to like to come in and raid their mom's cupboards. So she had to put a padlock on the doors so that, you know, to have enough food to go around. I remember that.
And you have to remember, Joanne, when there's a lot of kids like that, the older ones actually become responsible. So it's not mom doing all the cooking and cleaning. It's a lot of the older kids.
Yeah.
They're all in on that, and they keep the younger ones in line.
Yeah. We had to do that because, like, Claire and I, we each had one to take care of. And then came the twins, and we each had a twin to help out. So, like, the older ones took care of the younger ones, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I wondered too, like how you go anywhere, you know, like how you drive anywhere, like how do you fit 12 kids in a car? But I know you guys weren't all together at the same time, but.
No, we took turns. Okay, who went this time? Okay, let the other ones go next time.
I was gonna say, your father probably should have got a bus.
Yeah.
Also, there was no car seats back then, so that made a difference too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just
No
pile
car
in on
seats.
top of each other.
Yep, no
Yep.
car seats, no seat belts.
No.
Everybody just jump all in.
Pile 'em in.
Pile them in.
Yeah.
One time they made a trip to Quaticook, and there was a big, huge snowstorm when they got there, after they got there, so they could go back home. So the other half of the family was still home. So. And I remember my sister Pauline, she was at home, and the older brothers. So there was like 5 of them still at home, and I was the one of them that made the trip with them. So I remember that very well. So we couldn't get back for a few days.
Wow.
Wow.
I know you guys are musical. Did you get that from your dad or your mom, or was it just a deLaBruere thing to pick up a guitar? I mean, like your whole family's pretty musical.
Yeah, I guess it was just whoever felt like picking up a guitar and playing it. I know I played it for a while, and we all played the guitar for a while. We all had that talent, but my brother Leonard is the one that kept it up.
Yeah. And Catherine.
Yeah, and Catherine. The 3 younger ones kept it up.
Did your father play guitar?
Yeah, he played the violin.
I didn't know that.
And my mother played the harmonica.
Yeah, I remember that. I have a video of you
do?
Playing the harmonica. Yeah.
Did you sing and play together as a family growing up? Not really.
Not really.
Yeah. So what's your most favorite? Sorry, I'll let you guys. I was just gonna say, what's your funniest or most memorable thing with all your family and growing up? What was like a story that was the most memorable or funny? I'm sure you had a lot.
Funny, I can't remember any of them.
I can't imagine why. You have to keep
I bet Fred has heard a few of those stories.
Who did?
Fred.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stories of the gang.
Yeah.
So when you grew up, you were on a farm, Diane, and when did your parents buy the house on the lake? After everybody was gone?
Yeah.
Yes, there was the 3 younger ones left. So
they lived in that house.
9 of us were all gone. So there was just the 3 younger ones left when they bought the house on the lake.
They stopped the farming.
Yeah.
And there's a
I
big,
thought his father was an I thought your father was an excavator for some reason.
Yeah, he was. He was. He owned a gravel pit down here, which my brother took over.
Okay.
So he run that for, when they bought the farm here on the corner, Cozy Corner. He owned a lot of land up here, and like this land that we're living on right now, we bought from my dad, my first husband, 1970 for 300 an acre at that time. So he divided a lot of land into lots, and that's how he made his living. And he owned a gravel pit at the same time when he owned this land. So that gravel pit's been in the family now since in the 60s. And so my brother is the one that owns it now, and he's passing it on to his son, oldest brother.
so your dad
So-
went from farming to the gravel pit work,
Yeah.
whatever you call that, selling gravel. And
Yeah.
so his farm did his farm go to one of your brothers and sisters? Or did you just shut the farm down?
The farm, yeah, he just shut it down.
Nobody
took
else
it
is
over.
farmers in
Nobody,
your family?
no, nobody took it over. They were all sick of it.
I remember when the farm got sold because our dad bought some of the stuff from your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many farms did you guys have, and where were they?
The farm. The first one they owned was in
South Canaan, Vermont,
South Canaan, first farm.
on the Connecticut River.
And he sold that to Uncle Morris. First of all, grandfather Hector bought it, and then he sold it to my dad. And then my dad sold it to Morris. And then that's when he moved here in Island Pond. And then he owned the farm where the Hudson Trading Post is. So that was his second farm he owned. And then he owned the one on Pleasant Street, which was called the Cody Farm. And then he bought the farm here on Cozy Corner, which was run by Coral Rivers, sold it to him. His wife did, because her husband passed away, and she was looking for somebody to buy that farm, so he bought it. So that was the last farm right here on Cozy Corner. And he also used to milk the cows. Another farm just up the hill here was called the Davis Farm. So when the Davises couldn't do it anymore, my dad would run that farm plus his 2 farms at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was a lot of farming. And he
Yeah.
had the boys helping him.
Yeah.
And
So he sold everything and stuck with the gravel and
Yeah.
excavating and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I remember, excavating.
Where everybody was born. Where was your dad born? Do you know?
Pittsburgh, New Hampshire.
Oh, way up there.
Pittsburgh. Yeah. And at one time, he ran a big logging camp. So he had hired a lot of men to log in these woods way back in 9 miles in the woods. Because I remember my sister and I had to ride the work horses to that logging camp. And that was in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire.
Oh, did you live in Pittsburgh at one time?
No, that's where he was born.
He had a lot of his fingers in a lot of different things, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's a long ways to ride a horse, right? 9 miles.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so sore. No saddle, we just bareback.
Oh, my God.
So you remember that.
I remember that. My mother had to do all the cooking for all these men.
Wow.
I think there was about 20,
Was that a
20
summer
men.
thing? A winter thing.
Yeah, it was a summer thing, yeah. At that time, they were living in town. He had bought a house in town upon the hill on Birch Street. So
In
he
Pittsburgh?
wasn't farming at that time.
That was in Pittsburgh, the house?
No, the house that he bought was here in town, Island Pond.
Then he would
At that
travel all the
time.
way up there.
Yeah,
Wow.
that summer. We all lived at the camp, at the logging camp. We all had our own little places to stay. Yeah,
That was different, wasn't it?
it was. Yeah.
Did you do a lot of swimming when you were kids? You had the lake there in Island Pond.
Yeah, we did. We always went to, we went to Seymour Lake quite often because my dad used to do some haying in Morgan. So I remember riding on top of the bales, and he'd stop and told all of us kids, okay, go swimming, cool yourself off.
Oh, wow.
On
Lucky
Echo
you.
Lake. Yeah, so, and when he owned a house in town up on the hill, he had a boat, and we used to go water skiing to the lake.
Oh, wow.
We were right there by the lake.
Yeah.
So lots of our Sundays was taken like just to rest and go to the beach. I guess that's what we did. We'd go visit Grandpa in Salem Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Wow. That at least it sounds like he took time to play and let you play too. It's nice.
That's nice. Yeah, he did.
Very good.
And church was very important to him too. We went to church every Sunday.
Well, the church was right there too in Island Pond.
Yeah.
Where was your mom born?
And Quaticook.
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
So how did he get to meet her?
Through one of his cousins, Denise, his cousin Denise deLaBruere. She was good friends with my mom. So she told my dad, she said, I know somebody that you could meet. And they met, and they went to one of these box parties, lunch box parties, lunch parties. And they had to bid on those boxes, which ones was the best. And so my mom secretly told my dad which one was her box lunch. So he had $5 left in his pocket, and he tried to bid on that box, and he finally got it.
I never heard of such a thing.
I have.
Yeah. And so they ate with that lady who prepared that box lunch. Yeah.
Great.
I remember going to those box lunches when I was a teenager.
Was the point of the box lunches to meet, to pair up, to meet women, to meet men?
That's one thing. The other thing is to pick a person, put up a good box lunch, good food.
Where did the money go to? Who got the money? If they bid it on it, right? Was it a fundraiser?
Hall. Yeah. It was a local Grange that where I went. So the Grange got the proceeds.
So it was a fundraiser. Okay. Yeah.
Fun. It was really fun.
That's cool.
Try to guess which one you wanted. Guess who was the best cook.
And you had no idea what was in them. You just saw the box and.
No, they had them all decorated up. You had no idea what was in there.
But the boxes were decorated.
Yeah.
Ah.
And once in a while, you get a dud. You get a peanut butter sandwich. But not very often. They were pretty good cooks.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was popular.
Box lunch parties. Okay.
It was popular back then. You know, 40s, early 40s, mid 40s.
Mhm.
Oh.
Simple entertainment.
Yeah.
That sure was. No TV.
Yeah.
Not much
Card
radio.
parties and box lunches.
Yeah,
box
card
parties.
parties. Oh yeah.
That's cute.
At this point, if no one else has any more questions, we can open it up to anyone who wants to ask anybody else questions about anything.
So is it peak season up where you are, Danny? And
Yeah, it's as peak as it's gonna get. It's beautiful out. I drove around
My
today.
leaves are starting to fall off the trees now.
Yeah, we had some
Today.
wind.
Sure.
Yeah, we had some wind today. I took a little hike into the trails and the leaves are falling off. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're starting to go down now. But
We got rain coming. I think Tuesday or Wednesday, and the wind is going to knock a lot of them off. Yeah.
Bummer.
So we are at peak.
Okay.
You're gonna have to go south a little bit.
Yeah.
Go green.
Arlene and I went
Green
kayaking
River.
on Thursday with Rose, and we went to Job's Pond and Center Pond, and it was beautiful.
Oh, I can imagine.
Very beautiful.
Where did you go kayaking today, Joanne?
Waterbury.
Yeah.
Reservoir on the Cotton Brook Stowe side. We went to Green River yesterday, and that was amazing. Oh my God. If you can get out there. I think it'll last another week there.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful.
Uh-huh.
It was really peaking.
Yeah. At Green River. Yeah.
Yeah, the geese are flying over my house right now. I can hear them, so they know what's coming.
Oh, the Canadian. So the white, is it the white? What are
the Canada geese?
The Canadian geese.
Yeah. Okay.
So Diane and Fred, you kayak too sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We went on the Clyde there not too long ago, from the 10 mile to the school, East Charleston School. And that was one of the trips we did this summer. We usually take in different parts of that river.
The river is very low, so it makes the kayaking a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
Right. Right now, the water is very low.
I've seen some beautiful pictures of Willoughby Lake, though, and heading out there.
Willoughby's a big lake. It's a deep lake. It's not going to get too low.
No, I know. I'd love to get up there, but I see it's pretty. Yeah.
Looks like Arlene's she muted her.
Yeah, can you unmute yourself, Arlene? I muted you. I was wondering if the sound would be better, so I muted everybody. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
You can speak now.
I can speak.
Yeah.
Well, Julie yesterday did her 5-mile mountain challenge, and she did 27 miles of hiking up the 5 mountains, up and down, and she did it.
That's
her and Corinne.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that was yesterday. I wasn't sure if it was today or yesterday.
No, it was yesterday, and she had pictures of some from the top of the mountains that she was on, and really beautiful. Yeah.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, we went towards Averill today, and there's still a lot of color.
Is there?
It's fall a little bit, but it's still a lot of color.
So next weekend might still be pretty nice.
Oh yeah. It will be.
It's going to be friggin' cold, though. It's going to be such a shock. I looked at the weather.
It'll be colder.
Supposed to be 28 degrees at night up in Averill. And 51 is a high.
That's why you have a wood stove.
Ah!
Yep.
And that's why you have layers.
Rose-
layers.
Yeah, Rose went up Russo on Friday and she said it was very nice up there.
Yeah. What was she doing up there Friday?
She went hiking with Joanne.
Hiked up the top.
Oh, okay.
She was with Joanne.
Joanne
Ellie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been lovely chatting with all of you. Joanne, I'm glad you joined us too, and got to see Diane and Fred and Marie from your family. That was really nice. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn.
And so it was great to hear about your family and your family life as you were growing up, and what's happening right now. You have a lot of family all over the United States. Do you have family outside of the country? Do you have any of your?
No.
No?
None.
Everybody's
Just
living in the country.
like I said, my sister, she has children in Alaska.
Mhm.
So
Still in the country.
yeah.
Yeah.
So who's going to be the next one next month? Next month, anybody
Hello?
signed up for the focus?
I don't know, actually, if we have a specific family yet. Do you know, Patty?
I don't know. Lucia would know,
Yeah.
but she's got a phone call. So.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think that's been firmed up yet. So we're looking for volunteers.